Just think about it. You'll get it.
Hi, hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm Matthew Sully. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Matthew. I'm Emily Deferry.
Wow. You know, I was over there across the street, and I couldn't help but notice, you know, you had a boycott Israel, free Palestine. Now, usually, you know, like in America, we always like, yes, Israel, Israel, pro-Israel. Why is it that you have it in reverse? You know,
A lot of people who aren't pro-Israel
Right.
policies.
Huh.
You know, right now what Israel is doing, well, you remember what they did in Gaza?
I do remember I seen a picture where they had children writing, you know, death to Palestine on some of the bombs that were going to be sent over there.
Right.
You know, and that kind of raised an eyebrow for me.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't think that, you know, Jewish, you know, people would do that, or let alone let their kids, you know, condone that. You know, I remember that.
There's an awful lot of hatred.
Wow.
Right, but what we're protesting is I'm the only one here today.
Right.
The Israeli government right now has Gaza completely under siege. Supplies can't get into Gaza.
Oh my
This is
gosh.
after the 3 weeks that they bombed them over and over again in December and early January. In the West Bank, Israel is still setting up settlements of homes on Palestinian land.
Oh my God.
Just last week, about 30 settlers on horseback tore up about 1,000 Palestinian trees and injured about 3 Palestinians. Israel is still building settlements
Right.
on Palestinian land.
Right. And do you think it's because, you know, it says in the Bible that, you know, I've given this land to you, and because you can do that, you know, that they're gonna go in, and not only that, you know, if you were going on someone else's land, you know, why would they think it was right to, you know, bomb and kill, you know, the land, and, you know, probably some of the soil. You know, it's probably going to mess up some of how they farm over there, or, you know, I think, you know, it just sounds like that they could go about a better way of, you know, if they wanted to take over some place. You know, I mean, at least you would go about it in a certain way. You know, fortunately for us, you know, of course, you know, that's not happening over here, and we're glad about it. But, you know, I do see your point. Your point is, you know, they're over there on a land that does not belong to them, and even how they go about it is disastrous.
Disastrous.
Wow.
That's exactly right, disastrous.
Wow.
When you think about what happened to the American Indians in this country.
And I was going to bring that up too.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a perfect example.
And, you know, those of us who are profiting off the American Indians' demise
Right.
can look back and say, that was genocide, that was horrible.
Exactly.
Are the Jews in the future going to look back and say, what we did was horrible?
Right. And
It would
it's
be nice if it ended sooner than later.
right. You know, I mean, and even some of the Constitution, well, basically the whole Constitution came from Native American people.
Yeah.
That was
right.
their system.
That's right. And
You
it
know.
spread to our government, and it spread to European governments.
Right. You know, and there's a lot of things that's happened like that. You know, I don't even want to get started on how that happened with Africa.
That's right.
You know, how much of an influence that's been on the world and even the Western world. You know, but
A lot of people see Israel being in Palestine very much like a European country colonizing a third world country. You know, these were European Jews who came in the aftermath of the Second World War and colonized Palestine.
wow.
And they're still spreading their colonies. We call them settlements, but they're really colonies on Palestinian land.
Yeah, it's interesting that they do have a lot of play with words. Instead of calling things concentration camps, they call them evacuation places. You know, and another point you brought up is, you know, they're not even fully Jewish, you know, or originally Hebrew. You know, the Jewish, they're kind of like Jews, you know, but yet, you know, they want to go over and take over, you know, someone's land, you know. But I lost.
Be able to live. Some of the arguments are if Israel doesn't exist, the Jews won't be safe. But Jews should be safe to live wherever they want in the entire world.
Exactly.
Shouldn't have to have a place like Israel for Jews to be safe.
Exactly. I think that is definitely a good point. That's a good ending point. Is there anything else that a final point that would sum up, you know, what you would really hope for in the future for Israel and Palestine?
Peace.
Peace. Yes, that's what I hope for too.
Great.
All right, what's your name again?
Emily. And
Emily?
yours?
Matthew.
Matthew. Let me give
Yes.
you a little something.
Uh-huh.
If you want it.
Yes.
This is just out of the news from, I didn't get to hand any of these out.